What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm predicting game week 18 in the Premier League. Once again, I might get this up a bit late, but I am recording this before the matches are played. First game, a very weird derby, but Crystal Palace against Brighton Thursday night. I think Brighton are going to win 2-1. Neither side's having a particularly great season. However, Crystal Palace got a very good point last week, and Brighton's streak of scoring in 32 consecutive games came to an end after their loss away at the Emirates. I just think overall Brighton have more quality in their squad. I think Ferguson will score. I think Lewis Dunk will get on the score sheet as well. I can see him scoring a 30-yard screamer, or he'll just score a corner. Eze's fitness is still unclear if he can start. Obviously, if he can start, that gives Palace a much greater chance. Aston Villa against Sheffield United, the best team at home against the worst team away. I think that Aston Villa should walk this. I'm going 3-1. I think Cameron Archer will get a goal against his former side. I think that's just in the script. But Aston Villa have Ollie Watkins, they've got Leon Bailey, they've got McGinn, and they've got Douglas Luiz. 4 players who've been fantastic this season, especially at Villa Park. But obviously the Premier League isn't just as clear-cut of you're the best team at home, you're the worst team away. So the best team at home is going to win it. But I would be surprised if Villa don't win this. West Ham United against Manchester United. Both of these sides' last game came at Anfield. Man United got a 0-0 draw last week in the Premier League. West Ham did just get thumped in the League Cup. However, they did rotate heavily, and I actually back West Ham to get the win here. I'm going 2-1 to the Irons. Manchester United going forward are horrendous. They can't really create enough chances. Willian doesn't finish the few that they do get. Anthony, Garnacho haven't been great this season. Defensively, they've been alright. Last game especially, they were very good. And West Ham are also fairly decent defensively. I feel like, especially against the Man United team, they should be really comfortable defensively. But they've got decent options going forward. The likes of Bowen, Paquetá, Kudus should all be very dangerous. And Ward-Prowse as well. So I think West Ham should be able to win this at home. Fulham against Burnley, I've gone with a 3-1 Fulham win. Despite the fact that they did lose away at Newcastle last week. They'd won their previous 2 games 5-0 each, and they were both at home. Burnley, in my opinion, have no chance here. But I don't think that will be a whitewash like those other 2 have been. I can see Burnley scoring just because I think Fulham might switch off at the end of the game when they're 3-0 up. I mean, this is a big loss for Fulham because he's been really good the last few games. A stupid challenge from him against Newcastle. He deserved his red card. Fulham really should be able to win this with ease. Iwobi's been in very good form. Willian has been in good form. Pereira and Palhinha have also been very good. So it shouldn't really be an issue. Burnley have issues going forward. They're not the most solid at the back either. Really, for me, no contest. Luton Town against Newcastle United. Obviously, Luton's last game against Bournemouth had to be called off early due to the fact that Tom Lockyer suffered a cardiac arrest. Thankfully, he is okay. But obviously, that will still be playing on the players' minds. That's their friend. They've just seen him collapse like that. It's not nice. But Newcastle also have injuries going into this game. Gordon potentially won't be fit for this game. Isak hasn't been in the squad the last 2 games. But I still think Newcastle have the quality to win here. I'm going 3-1 Newcastle, even though Newcastle's away record is horrible. And Luton have made Kenilworth Road a really difficult place to go. They've almost taken points off both Arsenal and Manchester City, and they did take points off Liverpool here. So it could be a Luton win, but I think the Joys just have a bit too much quality. And if there's a point in the season where their away form could turn around, I think it has to start here, because they've got a top 4 race on their hands now. Being out of the Champions League, being out of the League Cup, this is the one competition they have to go fully in. And I do think they can do it. Nottingham Forest against Bournemouth. I've gone with a 2-1 Bournemouth win. Now, Nottingham Forest could have the new manager bounce because Cooper's just been sacked. Espirito Santo has been brought in. I think Cooper's really unlucky to be sacked because although Nottingham Forest are in terrible form, 1 win in 13, he took them from the bottom of the Championship to the Premier League. He took them up in that same year, and he's kept them up last year. And yes, they're not doing great this year, but to replace him with Nuno Espirito Santo, who yes has done well in Saudi with a very good squad, it's not really surprising. He was terrible at Tottenham, and after the money ran out of Wolves, he was also terrible. So why have they thought, oh yeah, let's get rid of one of the club's legends for this man, who is shit? Honestly, if Steve Cooper was here, I'd have predicted a 2-1 Nottingham Forest win, because I think that he could have turned it around. I don't think Espirito Santo can, and I'm going with a Bournemouth win. I kind of hope Bournemouth win just because of that sacking. But Bournemouth are in fantastic form. Obviously, their last game against Luton called off early, but they'd won 4 out of their 5 before that. Best form team in the league. They can just carry on playing the way they have been. They should be able to win. It's so defensive, Santo, man. Forest have some really good players going forward, like Elanga, Hudson-Odoi, Gibbs-White. I think there could be a lot of tension in that group. Tottenham Hotspur against Everton. Tottenham have actually shown signs of a revival in the last couple of games, beating Newcastle and Forest. Everton have won 4 out of their last 5 games. They've won 5 out of 8 on the road this season. The 10 points isn't what's going to take them down, it's what could potentially stop them getting into Europe if they keep going at the rate they are. They've been so good, man. I really like Sean Dyche. He's a fantastic manager. He's doing a fantastic job there. I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw. I think both sides are very good. And although Everton have kept 4 consecutive clean sheets, Tottenham's attacking philosophy, I think, will break that down. I think they should be able to score. But Everton also have big threat in their team. They very rarely have possession. Tottenham have a lot of possession. But Everton have more shots on target than their opponent a lot of the time, as they have the last few games. And I think in this game, they will have chances. Although Decore isn't there, which is a big miss, Onana is fully back now. I think if one team was to win it, Tottenham would be the more likely to, but I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Now we go on to the big game, second against first, separated by 1 point. It's Liverpool-Arsenal. I think Arsenal are going to win 2-1. I think that they've got more quality than Liverpool. They've been playing a lot better than Liverpool. Liverpool have been very lucky this season, in my opinion, in a lot of games. And last year, obviously, ended 2-2. Saliba wasn't in the team that game due to injury, and Declan Rice hadn't been signed. Those 2 players, I think, win Arsenal this game. I don't think Liverpool have a big attacking threat, in all honesty. I think Salah hasn't performed great, although he can make a moment out of nothing and he can play terribly for 85 minutes and still end up with 2 goal contributions. But other than him, Núñez is terrible, Diaz isn't great. So I think Arsenal should be able to get the job done, although Liverpool's defence has been much better than I expected this season, especially Virgil van Dijk. He's looked fantastic. He's literally looked borderline perfect this season. But so is Declan Rice, in my opinion, by far the best player in the league this season. I believe that he will be the key for Arsenal in this game. I expect Saka to have a good game. He hasn't been amazing this season either, but I do expect him to step up here. And if Arsenal do win this, they're definitely favourites for me. Obviously, I've said multiple times, I don't expect Liverpool to be in this race come the end of the season. I think they'll fall off. But I do expect Arsenal to be right up there. And if they can win here, I think Manchester City are in a bit of trouble. In the final game, Wolverhampton Wanderers against Chelsea. I've underestimated Wolves a fair bit this season. I'm going with a 1-1 draw here because you don't know what Chelsea team's going to turn up. It could be the Chelsea team that has turned up most of the time this season where they play well, can't win. Or it could be the Chelsea team that turned up against Newcastle and Man United, played terribly, get nothing. Wolves at home are also quite good. They have a decent record at Molineux. And yeah, Chelsea don't have the greatest goal scoring ability in their team, so I'm going with a 1-1 draw. Those are my predictions. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you soon for another video.